If your goal is to drop stubborn body fat and keep it off, there's probably 4 things that you are not paying attention to, that you've not been told, and you're making a lot of mistakes because you're not keeping these things in mind. Here's what those 4 things are and how figuring this out is going to help you speed up your fat loss and get your body and health where it needs to be faster. First off, if you're new here, my name is Montel Hart. I'm a certified personal trainer, strength conditioning coach, and sports nutritionist since 2017. We've worked with over 500 men and women to help them get in amazing shape, drop body fat, get off medication, build lean muscle, get stronger, improve confidence. My main goal with every video that we create here is just to help you look better, feel better, and move better, because I think the world is a better place when more people on the world are looking better, feeling better, and moving better. Now that you got that context on who I am, let's dive in. First thing that nobody tells you about fat loss is that it's slow. If you scroll Instagram, you'll see 30 pounds down in 30 days, or see somebody that took some type of weight loss medication or got a surgery or whatever, and they lost a substantial amount of weight in a very quick amount of time. The problem is they lost a lot of lean mass, not necessarily fat loss. So the reason that fat loss itself is a slower process is because the goal should be to lose the actual body fat, the body fat cells, without losing a bunch of muscle mass, a bunch of water weight. And this is like a dance. This is a delicate balance where everything kind of has to be fine-tuned, where basically you're only stripping off. It's almost like doing a sculpture. If you're doing like the Michelangelo or whatever other sculpture exists, you can't just hack away wherever, as hard as you like. No, you got it delicate. Harder here, softer here, downward angle here, upward angle. Like, you have to really be delicate with it in order to sculpt the exact thing that you're trying to sculpt. And fat loss is the same process. You can't just do something to quickly hack away. Like, the faster you're hacking away, the more likely it is that you're losing out on lean muscle mass. You're losing a lot of water weight. You're losing a lot of lean mass. That's actually going to put your body in a worse spot, which is why I hate diet culture, because everything is specifically geared toward how much weight can I lose, how fast. And that's the exact opposite of what you want to do. So number 1 is that fat loss is slow, and that you need to be patient, and you need to give it a rate of about 1 to 2 pounds of body fat lost per week. If you can do that consistently, you're going to put yourself in a very good spot to lose that weight and keep it off long term. Number 2 is kind of exactly what we just talked about, but diving into the muscle aspect. So building lean muscle is the best way to strip off and keep off body fat. This is the antithesis. If I was getting a PhD and I had to write a dissertation, it would be on the fact that building lean muscle is the way to go to eradicate obesity. Right now, with all the resources, you see more trainers, more diets, more information on how to get in shape, more studies. We know more about the human body. We know more about metabolism, all these different things than at any point in human history. And yet we are bigger and more unhealthy than at any point in human history. But that's because we are all focusing on the wrong things. I feel like I'm one of the only people that are really seeing it for what it is, and it's that we are under muscled. Not necessarily that we are over fat, but we are under muscled. Muscle is going to be what drives your metabolism up and helps you keep body fat off. Getting stronger, building lean muscle naturally creates a body that uses more energy and stores energy less. It makes the way that your body uses food, it changes that. It changes the way that your body utilizes fat cells. It changes everything about how your body operates on a fundamental and cellular level. But nobody tells you that, because they just want to sell you the 30 pounds in 30 days, the smoothie cleanse, the fruit diet, the whatever the case may be. Nobody wants to tell you how to change your body fundamentally in the way that it operates. You want your body to use fat as fuel. You want your body to strip off and partition excess body fat cells, and doing the things that lose you 30 pounds in 30 days is the exact opposite of that. If you will prioritize getting stronger week after week, building lean muscle, fueling yourself properly, you probably have a much better chance of dropping body fat than you do utilizing the different diets that you're going to see on YouTube and Instagram and all these different places, or the weight loss medications and the surgeries and all that stuff, you'd have a much better shot if you focused on getting stronger, if you focused on building lean muscle. You'd have a much better chance of getting body fat off and keeping it off than if you were just solely focused on the number on the scale. Number 3, fat loss is a byproduct of other things that are going on in your body, not the sole be all end all. It's the same way with a lot of things. With, say, money, for example. If you want to make a lot of money, you can't necessarily hyper focus on, oh, I want to make a lot of money. Oh, like, you have to find a vehicle. You have to find something of value to help you create money and wealth and all of these different things. You can't just constantly obsess over the money aspect of it. You have to focus on something that leads to the creation of wealth. If you want more intimacy in your relationship, you can't just focus on that, oh, the end of the night. You have to focus on the things leading up to that. You have to focus on building the relationship, building the excitement, building the connection beforehand, before you get to the end of the night. You can't just hyper focus on the outcome. And hyper focusing on how much weight you want to lose will lead you to do things that don't help you, not only don't help you lose weight, but they also cause you to regain the weight back, even if you do lose it, which is the worst case scenario. If you've ever lost a substantial amount of weight and then gained it back, you know how debilitating it is mentally, how discouraging it is, and how it makes you almost want to just give up altogether. And a lot of times, if somebody loses 50 pounds and they gain it all back, typically they don't go right back down. They lose that 50 pounds, they gain it back, and then they go up 75 pounds, 100 pounds, 125 pounds, because of how frustrating and depressing it is to have lost that weight and then gained it back. And probably you gained it back quicker than you lost it. But this is because you were hyper focused on weight loss. So fat loss is a byproduct of fueling your body properly. It's a byproduct of building up lean muscle. It's a byproduct of strength training. It's a byproduct of moving consistently throughout your day. Like, the habits are what are required to get you to where you need to be. You need to fall in love with the habits that get you a healthy, fit body, and stop focusing on just the outcome, because the more you focus on the outcome, the more you're going to be driven to things that get you there fast, but they don't keep you there. And once you revert and fall off, you're not going to be able to get back to that place. And this is true across any aspect of life, anything that you're talking about. If you want it fast, you can get it fast, but you will lose it faster than you gained it. And once you lose it, you're not going to be able to get it back in the same way. The same concept with weight loss. If you lose the weight fast, you are not, the same thing that you did to lose that. You did a fruit diet and you lost that 50 pounds in 50 days. Try the fruit diet now. See if the fruit diet works for you now. See if the running 2 hours a day works for you now. Now that you've lost that weight and you've plateaued, keep doing what you did to lose the weight. See if it works now. It's not. So you have to focus on the habits that lead to the outcome and not just the outcome in itself. And last but not least, nobody tells you that fat loss actually takes rest and recovery time. We get this grind, rah mindset, which you guys know I'm nothing like that. Well, if you first time here, you might not know that, but I'm no rah guy. I don't think that you should need a bunch of extrinsic motivation. You should not need a rah and a pep speech and all of these different things just to get a workout in, just to eat a healthy meal. It shouldn't be grind time, no days off, woo. Like, all of that stuff sounds well and good January 1st through 5th. But once that big motivation time wears off, now what are you left with? Are you left with habits that you can actually sustain? Are you left with a workout schedule and a routine that you can do for the next year, the next 2 years, the next 5 years? That's one of the first things that we ask our clients when we build out their custom protocols for them. Like, hey, does this feel sustainable for you? Does it feel like it's too much? Does it feel like it's just like you're having to really maneuver around a lot of your life just to get this done? Because getting healthy and getting in great shape, your health habits, your workouts, you're eating the right things, like all of these things should be additions and supplements inside your life. They should be enhancements inside your life. They should not be things that you have to completely overhaul your life to do, because if that's the case, it's one of the only things that are elective. If you're a parent, you got to take care of your kids every day. You have a job, you have a business, you got to get up and go to work every day. But guess what you don't have to do? When that alarm goes off at 4:30 and you've been grinding and no days off in it at the gym for 2 hours a day from 4:30 to 6:30, guess what? When that alarm goes off and you're super tired, guess what you don't have to do? Guess what you get to opt out of? You still got to get up at 8 to go to work. You still got to get up at 7 to get the kids ready for school. But guess what you don't have to do? You don't have to get up at 6:30 and hit the gym. So guess what you're not going to do? You're not going to get up at 6:30 and hit the gym. And I'm not saying that hard work is not required, that discipline and sacrifice and planning and organizing and structuring health and fitness into your day isn't required, because it absolutely is. But rest and recovery is as well. And if you're doing the right things, 3 days a week of intense strength training sessions, 30 to 45 minutes a day, will yield you amazing, amazing results. Meal prepping a couple of times a week so that you're not eating 5-day-old food. But I like to meal prep on Sundays and then on Wednesdays. And then typically I'll have a free day like on Saturday. But meal prepping a couple of times a week instead of slaving in the kitchen for an entire week, filling your fridge up with meals that you're not going to eat by Wednesday, is not required to get you to where you need to be. You need that rest and recovery, because if you're doing the right things and your body is tearing down lean muscle and it's going to need a day or two to rebuild it, and then you go into the gym and you're a little bit stronger. Day or two to rebuild, go in a little bit stronger. And you repeat this process week after week after week after week after week. And you can do it week after week after week, because you're resting, because you're doing other things, because you're not no days off, grind don't stop, gotta get it in. Like, that stuff does not last long term. The 75 hard and I'm gonna work out 7 days a week, I'm not taking any, I'm in the gym every single day, that mess does not last. And if you can stop doing the stuff that doesn't last and actually realize that part of getting to where you want to be is in properly resting, properly recovering, so that when you are training, when you are working out, you can put your everything into it, and then you can properly rest on the back end so that you can fully recover and be ready to do that again. So that's it, ladies and gents. That's the 4 things that nobody tells you about fat loss and what it takes to consistently and permanently lose body fat. We utilize these exact strategies with our client Antonio, even with a busy job, long commute, not cooking every night, doing some workouts at home, just 4 days a week, Monday through Thursday. He was able to drop 20 pounds of body fat, reveal his abs, but most of all, he was able to implement health habits that he's still sustaining to this day, and he's still in the shape that he was in when he exited our program. Like I said, my goal is to help you look better, feel better, and move better for the rest of your life, not for a couple of weeks, not for a couple of months, not to squeeze out a transformation and then send you on your way as you slowly spiral out of control and get right back in terrible shape. I think that the foundation of getting that done is learning what fat loss is and what weight loss is. Because once you understand the difference between the two, you will move a completely different way, and the way that you move to drop body fat is completely different than the way that you move to lose weight. So that's it. That's all. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. If you did and you want more like this, I actually send out a free guide every Friday helping you drop body fat, building muscle, and get healthier than ever. So if you click the first link down in the description below, you'll get access to that. And if you've been watching for a while, or maybe this is your first day here, but you're like, man, you know what? I think that you can help me get to where I need to be. Then click the second link down in the description of this video and take our transformation assessment, and we'll help you handcraft a game plan to get you in an absolute best shape of your life. And then we're going to walk side by side with you until you get it done. So we help you make any tweaks and adjustments necessary and keep you motivated and dialed in until you get to where you need to be, and then some. So that's it. That's all. If you got value, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn notifications on so that you don't miss any more uploads going forward. And I'll see you in a couple days. Peace.